And we're off. Mr. Brooks opens with a curveball, trying to call the shots on courtroom logistics. But heads up, in court, it's not Burger King. You don't get it your way.
Mr. Brooks, the only way I will honor that request is if you specifically waive your right to do so. Without that, that's not a convenience for you over there. You go over there when you frankly demand removal under Illinois versus Allen.
I didn't demand anything.
No, your conduct did. So you can
My
sit.
conduct didn't demand anything either.
Right, Mr. Brooks, please sit
changing-
down.
You keep changing
And I'm going
the
to continue
jurisdiction.
with my sentencing remarks.
You keep changing the jurisdiction. Jurisdiction is subject matter jurisdiction.
Ah, the magic. Words, subject matter jurisdiction. Brooks tries to question the court's power to sentence him, again. But here's a fun fact. Judges don't lose jurisdiction just because you say they do.
Jurisdiction that has yet to be proven on the record. In
Mr.
that court
Brooks?
and in this one.
Please sit down.
I would like to go back to the other court.
It's not a courtesy to you. If you'd like to specifically waive your right to be physically present, then I will entertain that. Otherwise, you need to sit down.
I never waived the right to not be present.
That's because you forfeited your right to be present by conduct. You're now back in this courtroom.
Your Honor, I did what you asked me to do.
You never once pledged to me, sir, that you would not interrupt. And you're demonstrating by being here that you continue to interrupt.
Man, I ain't trying to hear all that, because at the end of the day, I did what you asked me to do. You told the bailiff to tell me.
Mr. Brooks, this is not a debate.
You told the bailiff to tell me that I had to write.
It's not a debate. You asked to come over here, and I honored that, and I brought you back.
I exercised my right 3 times. I shouldn't have had to do it 3 times.
None of those opportunities that you wrote.
But this is where it turns theatrical. Brooks insists he did what he was asked to do. But what the judge asked for was a pledge to not interrupt. What she got was this performance. Would you let someone back in if they kept storming the stage?
To me said, I pledge to not interrupt.
I never had to do that before. You've never required that before.
That is actually not true, sir.
You've never required that before. Every single time that I've been brought over there, after some time, sometimes very short, sometimes an extended period of time.
You are just simply trying to delay the inevitable. Please sit down.
I don't care about the inevitable. It was already written from day one what was going to happen. It doesn't make me lose any sleep about that. I know I'm okay. I'm okay with everything.
Then please sit down.
I just want to be treated fairly, which I have not been.
Please sit down.
And then Your Honor, and then you always make it seem
this is
like
not a
you always
debate.
make it seem like it's some type of aim, and it's not.
Please sit down.
We're talking about constitutional rights. You just told me, or you told the bailiff to tell me that I had to exercise a right that I should already have. I did that. Not once, not twice, 3 times. And it still wasn't honored.
Pause. And reflect. Brooks says he's waving a sign for 20 minutes. Imagine being in court, silently signaling like a guy trying to get service at a crowded bar. Dramatic? Yes. Legally persuasive? Not so much.
And I raised this sign. I'm waving this for like 20 minutes, saying I would want to come back. I'm doing this.
You're here now.
Can I come back? Can I come back? Can I come back?
So sit down.
It wasn't honored. And then I said, okay,
finish.
I'll write this, and I'll see if Your Honor can see it on the screen. The objection sign saying, I've exercised my right to be present.
If you stop for a minute,
I have the order of the court?
I'll explain it, but you have to stop I can explain it.
Your Honor, I did what you asked me to do.
Actually not.
Yes.
Let me explain if you would like.
If I didn't, Your Honor, if I did not do what you asked me to do, then why was I allowed to come back if I did not do what you asked me to do?
Because I'm frankly going to a very distinct portion of this hearing where I am going to impose sentence.
Okay, that doesn't answer the question, though.
That matters.
That doesn't answer the question.
Please sit down and I will explain and remain quiet without interrupting me.
With all due respect.
That doesn't mean you're respecting me, so please sit down.
With all due respect, you told the bailiff when I first said, because every time that I've been brought over there in the past,
Mr. Brooks,
you always stated,
I don't need a history lesson of what I've done.
That when I exercise my right to be present,
untrue.
You've always said,
untrue.
We have the record. We have the record. We can dig into the record.
Mr. Brooks?
I know what you...
Let's talk courtroom decorum. Brooks keeps pushing respectfully, but respect doesn't mean you get the last word. Judges aren't debating partners, they're the referees, and this one's trying hard to keep the game on track.
I know what the requirement was of me going over there. You've always stated on the record that when I exercise my right to be present, you will bring me back if I will follow the rules of decorum. That's your exact words, which you said every time.
Which you're demonstrating right now that you have absolutely
Your
no
Honor,
ability to do.
With all due respect, I've never had to go through any type of certain words that needed to be said or stressed or anything like that before. I've always done it the way that you've asked me to do it. No different than today when I told the bailiff I would like to be present. You told the bailiff if he wants to be present, he has to put it in writing.
And pledge to me that he will not interrupt me.
I put it in writing.
Without a pledge.
So why am I here?
Because I'm going to move on to another phase of this hearing, and I thought it important that you be here in person.
So I was here.
But you didn't reclaim your right to be back here.
Then why am I here then, Your Honor?
Allowing it to
happen.
Okay,
and I respect that you're allowing it, but still, it doesn't answer the question, though, Your Honor. It does not answer the question.
Mr. Brooks.
Your Honor, as a public
Brooks.
servant, I have the right to ask questions of Your Honor.
I'm going to ask you one more time, and if you refuse to sit down, then you are in direct disobedience of a court.
And there it is, contempt inbound. The judge gives him one last chance to sit down, but when he pushes too far, the gavel drops. Think she's bluffing? Nope. Time for a timeout in the other courtroom.
Order. Sit down and be quiet so I can make the appropriate record.
Can you tell me what the court
All right,
order
he's
is?
not going to obey. He's now forfeited
I
his
didn't
right
say I
to be
wasn't gonna
present.
obey.
He will go into the
I
other
didn't say I
courtroom.
wasn't going to obey.
We'll be
I
in
just
recess
asked what is the
until he's
order.
there.
I just asked what is the order. I didn't.